You wake up and for just a second you forget. Then it lands, the same weight it always does. And the first thought in your head is this is your fault. The job is gone. The plan fell apart. The thing you bet on didn't work out. And here you are. Not broken exactly, but not okay either. You're scrolling through your phone looking at people who seem like they have it figured out. You're running the same loop in your head, what you should have done, what you could have said, who you were before this happened. You keep asking yourself if you're falling behind, if the window has closed, if maybe you're just not built for this. Stop. Just stop for a second. Because I need you to hear something that nobody is saying clearly enough right now. The thing you're going through, it's not a character flaw. It's not evidence that you were never meant to succeed. And it is definitely not the end. What you're in right now is one of the hardest places a person can stand. The middle. Not at rock bottom where there's some strange clarity, and not at the other side where you can look back and breathe. You're in the middle. Still standing. Still here. And you're still fighting, even if it doesn't feel like it. That counts for more than you know. Here's what nobody tells you about the kind of setback you're dealing with. It's not really about the job, or the money, or the plan that fell through. Those things are painful, yes. But the thing underneath, the thing that's actually eating at you at 2 in the morning is something older than any of that. It's the fear that you are the problem, not the circumstances. Not bad timing. Not a system that's shifting faster than any of us expected. You, that's somewhere in the wreckage. The proof is sitting right there that you were never as capable as you thought. That the version of yourself you were building toward was a fantasy. That's the real wound. And most people never say it out loud. And because nobody says it out loud, most people fall into one of 2 traps. The first trap is noise. Constant movement, filling every hour with something so the quiet never gets loud enough to make you face it. Applying to everything, talking to everyone, staying busy as a way of outrunning the doubt. It looks like progress. It isn't. It's avoidance wearing a productive mask. The second trap is silence, pulling back, going small, telling yourself you're being realistic when really you're just protecting yourself from trying again, because trying again means risking being hurt again. You stop raising your hand. You stop showing up fully. You manage expectations, mostly your own, so the fall can never be as far. Both traps feel safe. Both traps will hollow you out. Because the real work, the actual rebuilding, doesn't happen in the noise, and it doesn't happen in the hiding. It happens in the honest, uncomfortable middle where you sit with what's true and decide what you're going to do with it. You didn't fail because you're broken. You failed because you tried. Because you showed up to something that mattered. And the world shifted under your feet, the way it shifts under everyone's feet eventually. The question was never whether something hard would happen to you. The question is what you do now. And that question is still open. Let me tell you about the invisible days. Nobody talks about them. Nobody posts about them. They don't make the highlight reel because there is no highlight reel. They're the days where you do the thing and nothing happens. You send the email and don't hear back. You update the resume. You make the call. You wake up and do the work that no one is watching, and at the end of it you go to bed and nothing has visibly changed. Those days feel like failure. They are not failure. They are the foundation. Here's what most people misunderstand about rebuilding. They think it's linear. They think effort produces visible result, produces progress, over and over in a clean, straight line. So, when the line isn't clean, when the effort goes in and the result doesn't come back, they assume the effort isn't working. But that's not how any of this works. Real recovery, real rebuilding works more like water on stone. One drop doesn't do anything. You can't see the impact. You can't measure it. But the water keeps coming, consistent, patient, honest, and over time the stone changes shape. Not because of any single drop, because of all of them. You are not behind. You are accumulating. And I know how hard it is to believe that when nothing around you reflects it back. When your bank account is saying one thing, when the silence from your inbox is saying another, when the people in your life are watching you with that look, the one that's trying to be supportive, but you can see the worry behind it. I know how isolating that is. I know how easy it is to start doing the math on yourself, adding up all the ways you should be further ahead by now. Stop doing that math. It's the wrong equation. The right question isn't how far behind you are. The right question is, are you still moving? Even slowly, even without certainty, even on the days when moving feels like the least natural thing in the world. If the answer is yes, even a small yes, then you are doing the thing. The work you're doing right now on the days when no one sees it, when no one validates it, when there's no reward except the fact that you did it. That work is building something real. It's building the version of you that can actually carry what comes next. Here's the mantra I want you to hold on to. Small and honest beats loud and empty every single time. Say that again if you need to. Small and honest beats loud and empty every single time. Because there is a version of rebuilding that looks great from the outside. The posts about the pivot, the rebranding of failure as a growth opportunity, the curated story of rising from the ashes. And then there's the actual version. The one where you wake up at 5:30 because you can't sleep, and you make your coffee, and you sit down and you do one real thing. Not 10 things. Not a plan for 60 things. One thing, with full honesty and full effort. That's the version that actually works. And I want to talk about what it means to keep going without an audience. Right now, in 2026, there are millions of people who are exactly where you are. The job market has tightened. Whole industries are being reshaped by technology faster than anyone planned for. People who did everything right, got the degree, built the experience, showed up every day, are being told their skills are no longer what the market needs. And that's a real thing. That's a painful, disorienting, legitimate thing to grieve. But grief isn't the last stop. The people who come out the other side of this, and they exist, they are real, and you will be one of them, are not the ones who had the easiest path forward. They're the ones who got very honest, very quiet, and very focused. They stopped performing recovery and started doing it. They asked hard questions. What do I actually have? What can I build from here? What am I willing to learn? Not as self-help exercises, as real questions that required real answers. And they kept going on the days when keeping going felt pointless. That is the whole game. That's it. There's no secret strategy. There's no shortcut that everyone else missed. There's just the decision, made over and over again, quietly, with no guarantee, to keep moving forward anyway. You are in the part of the story that doesn't feel like a story yet. It feels like static, like waiting, like nothing is happening. Something is happening. You just can't see it yet. Every day you show up, even imperfectly, even frustrated, even unsure, you are writing the chapter that will make the rest of this make sense. Not for anyone else. For you. Here's the one thing I want you to do today. Not tomorrow. Not when things feel better. Today. Write down one honest answer to this question. What is the one real thing I can do in the next 24 hours that moves me one step forward? Not the plan. Not the whole strategy. Not the version of yourself you want to be in 6 months. One step. One honest step. It might be sending a single email to someone you've been avoiding. It might be spending 1 hour learning something you know you need but have been putting off. It might be sitting down and finally writing out what you actually want. Not what you think you should want, but what you actually want without editing yourself. Whatever that one step is, do it today. And do it without telling anyone. That last part matters. Don't post about it. Don't text someone for validation before you've even done it. Just do it, quietly, for yourself. Let it be the kind of thing that exists only because you showed up. That quiet act is the beginning of something. Not a new you. Not a reinvention. Just the you that keeps going when it's hard. That version of you already exists. It's the one that got up this morning and found this video. It's the one that's still here. And I want you to remember something before you close this out. The people who make it through the hardest stretches of their lives are not special. They're not more gifted. They don't have access to some knowledge that you don't. They just refuse to stop on the day it mattered most. That's the whole difference. One decision, repeated. You were not built to break. You were built to rebuild. Now go do the one thing.
These next videos will inspire you on your current journey.